Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam. I'm a professional hairstylist, and today's video, I am putting myself on blast. So here on my channel, I occasionally share bad client story times, and I always use them as an opportunity to reflect on things that I could improve on moving forward, how I can avoid those bad situations from happening again. But today's video, I'm going to share some stories with you that aren't even really about like bad clients necessarily. It's more so like just bad experiences that I had that were mainly contributed to just me, my own inexperience, and just like, it's just a bad situation in general. So we're gonna talk about the brief few months that I was working as a nail tech. So these are just a compilation of a few stories, and I also wanna go through, I found some bad reviews online, and none of them state my name specifically. So I can't say for sure which ones are specifically about me, but I mean, at least some of them have to be. So a little bit of backstory. All of these stories took place at my first job right out of beauty school. The day after I graduated was my first day at the salon. They hired me as a full-time stylist, and the salon was like a full service salon and spa. So they did hair services, they did eyelash extensions, they did nail services, they did massages, makeup, facials, waxing, practically everything. She was trying to get her hands in everything. So when I got hired, I explained that hair is my passion, that is my strong suit, that's all I'm really interested in doing, and specifically hair color. That's what I specialize in now. And so when I was interviewing for this job, she was asking me how I feel about other services that aren't hair related. And I said, you know, I'm totally comfortable with makeup application, I'm comfortable with waxing. And when it came to nails, I was totally honest and transparent with her. I was like, listen, we spent maybe a week in cosmetology school on nails, if even, and really only one day on actual application. We mainly just learned about like the nail diseases and the parts of the nail and stuff like that. But as far as actually doing manicures and pedicures on people, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We only learned the basics. We never learned acrylic or gel or anything like that. Actually, in Pennsylvania, a few years ago, they made it illegal to cut people's cuticle. That goes against state board regulations. So we never were taught how to do that because we're not supposed to. So really all we learned how to do was like cut the nail down, file it, put regular polish on it, and do like a little hand massage, and that's it. I also am someone who never really, like more recently, the last year or so, I've been going and I've been getting my nails done. But at this point in my life, I had only ever gotten a basic regular manicure and a few pedicures. Like I was not someone that would go and get acrylics. Like I knew nothing about nails, okay? Was not trained, didn't have personal experience, but I am one of those people that I'm always willing to learn something new. Like the more knowledge I can have and the more like skills I can have under my belt, the better, right? So I explained that I didn't know anything and I didn't particularly like doing nails. Like in school, I tried to kind of avoid doing them because I just don't feel comfortable. But if somebody comes in wanting a mani-pedi and no one else is available to do it, I would be happy to step in. I didn't want to come off as like stuck up or no, like I only want to do hair. Like I'm willing to do other things. Okay. So at this salon, there were 3 older stylists who had been doing hair for like 20 plus years. They had their established full book of clients. And then there was me and one other younger girl who was still in her first year of being a stylist. So me and the other girl being brand new, we obviously didn't have any established clients. For the sake of this video, let's call her Amanda. So when walk-ins would come in, they would go to either me or Amanda. Now at this salon, the owner also loved doing Groupons, and she had a Groupon special for a mani-pedi. I don't remember how much it was, but it was like crazy, crazy cheap. I wanna say it was like 20 bucks for a manicure pedicure. And we didn't do acrylics or anything fancy there. We just had regular nail polish, and then we had gel polish, and we just had these little like at-home gel polish machines. And there was one pedicure chair and then 2 little manicure tables. So it was very, very basic. So yeah, we would get a lot of mani-pedi Grouponers coming in. And so of course they would all go to me and Amanda. So when I started, I remember my first mani-pedi I got on my first day working there, and no one had trained me at all. I didn't know how to use the pedicure chair. I didn't know what their usual procedure was. I didn't know which products I should be using, because in the little nail area, there was just so many products all over the place. And so I didn't know which things I should use and at what point should I use them. Like, I literally was so lost. And I remember that first person who came in, they wanted a gel mani-pedi. I had never done a gel manicure in my entire life. I don't even think I had ever gotten a gel manicure done on myself at that point. So during that first appointment, the owner's daughter came over and was kind of walking me through it and showing me what to do. But mind you, she didn't even really know what she was doing, because she wasn't licensed, she wasn't a nail tech, she never did nails on people. So she was just kind of like going based off of what she knew from getting her own nails done. It was just a whole shit show. Luckily, that client was super nice and really understanding. I want to say that she did end up coming back for another mani-pedi, so I guess the first one went well and they held up okay. But I just hate that. I hate feeling unprepared, and that really bothered me, how they just kind of like threw me to the wolves and didn't even train me, knowing damn well that I had no idea what I was doing, and even said that like I wasn't comfortable. So anyway, that just leads us to more bad experiences. So I remember the first person who called to complain, she might have been the second manicure that I ever did. I remember she was an older woman and she just came in for a basic manicure. I don't even think she wanted any color on her nails. She just wanted like a clear coat, and she mainly just wanted her cuticles cleaned up and she wanted her nails filed and all that kind of stuff. So of course she's given to me, and still at this point, I have not been trained, even after that first experience. Also, remember how I said that we were not taught how to cut cuticles in school because it goes against the state board? I should have explained to her, but I think I was just really nervous. I was just trying to like push through it and just do my best anyway. I should have just told her, I don't feel comfortable cutting your cuticle. I was taught that we're not supposed to do that, but instead, I tried to just kind of push them back and just like buff them a little bit to like clean them up as best as I could without actually getting in there and like cutting it all off. So anyway, I did her manicure, did her top coat, and she looked at them, thought they looked fine, paid, tipped me, left. Not even an hour later, she calls the salon back. My boss answered the phone and she was telling her that after she got home and put her glasses on, because she didn't have her glasses at her appointment, so she couldn't really like see super up close, I guess, she noticed that her cuticles were not cut, they were not cleaned up like how she wanted them, and they looked awful, and she was unhappy and wanted to come back and get them redone. What does my boss do? She hands the phone to me and is telling me, oh, that lady you just did called and is unhappy about her nails. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to her. I told you that I don't know what I'm doing and that I was never trained. And by the way, I explained this to her so many times. If I don't know what I'm doing, it's just so unprofessional for you as the owner to be giving me services that I'm not trained to be doing. Oh, and I guess also the woman on the phone was saying that she felt that I was not trained properly, I was inexperienced, I didn't know what I was doing, etc. Which, yeah, she's not wrong. So anyway, my boss was trying to hand me the phone and I'm like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm not gonna just straight up lie to her. Like, yeah, I am inexperienced and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So my boss is telling me, tell her that you've been doing nails for 2 years and that you are experienced. Why would I do that? That's just straight up a lie. And not only that, I feel like if I do a bad job and then I go and I tell you, oh, I've been doing nails for 2 years, that looks way worse than me just admitting like, I just graduated school a few weeks ago. I'm so sorry. You're right. I am inexperienced. You know what I mean? Like, if I've been doing this for 2 years and that's the kind of work I'm producing, I just suck then. Anyway, the woman ended up coming back in. I explained the situation to her and I was like, listen, I'm so sorry. I should have been more clear with you from the beginning. You know, we were not trained to cut cuticles. And my boss came and she cut the woman's cuticles for her and was kind of showing me what to do. So even though she was very upset and frustrated, understandably, on the phone, when she came back in, she was really understanding and she was super sweet about it. And yeah, it ended up being okay, thank God. As time went on and whenever we did have some free time, my boss did sit down with me and the other girl, Amanda, because I think she was struggling too. She learned a little bit more about nails than I did in school because we went to 2 different schools. So she knew a little bit more than I did, but we both were kind of in the same boat of like, we like doing hair more. We weren't like super experienced with nails. Our goal was not to be nail techs. So we both would kind of mess up here and there, or get people who would come back unhappy. So finally, as time went on, I felt like I was getting a better grasp on things, and I was just getting better just from like more experience and just learning from my mistakes. But also my boss, when we would have free time, she started like sitting down with us and she was teaching us. But even still, it was like very minimal. I still wasn't feeling 100% confident. And at the same time, I felt like, why is my book so filled with mani-pedis when I have expressed so many times that I don't want to be doing this? That brings us to the final story. I don't know, looking back now, it's like whatever, but this woman made such a huge deal, and it was like such a big thing that went on for so long. So this woman comes in. I think originally she was gonna do regular polish, but then she was saying, oh, should I upgrade to the gel? Because the Groupon just covered like a basic mani-pedi, just like regular polish. And if you wanted to do gel, it was a $10 upgrade. So I'm doing her toes, I do her hands. It was just a really great experience. We had good conversation. We were getting along really well. She paid, she left. Everything was fine. About almost a week later, I wanna say, she called the salon and was livid. Now, I never spoke to her on the phone, so I only know based on what I was told by my boss and the receptionist, but they made it sound like she was flipping out and was like screaming and just like off her rocker, like going crazy, saying that the polish didn't last on her and her nails are already starting to chip, and she has this wedding coming up and she's just so upset because now her nails aren't gonna look good. Listen, I probably did mess something up, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. Like maybe I didn't like prep the nails properly, or maybe like the coats that I did weren't thin enough on the gel, and so, you know, maybe it was something that I did wrong. But like sometimes that just happens. There's no guarantee that your polish is still gonna look freshly done a week later. Like why, if you know you have this wedding coming up, why wouldn't you get your nails done like the day before? Why would you do it a week ahead of time? Because like depending on what your profession is, depending on your nail beds, on some people gel can last a long time, and then on other people it doesn't. Like it'll just start to peel or chip or whatever. So yeah, she was just really pissed, and she said that she was gonna leave a negative review. She just like kept calling back, wanted a refund, wanted her tip back even, which is like kind of ridiculous. Even if it didn't last on you, but like I still spent that time doing the service on you. You still got your nails cut and filed, you still got a massage, you still got like the full mani-pedi experience, you know what I mean? I understand wanting a refund for the service, but like a refund for the tip too? Like, come on. And she did end up leaving a negative review. Let me find it. She said, so my nails looked amazing after I had the tech redo 4 of them as the paint was sloppy, which I don't really remember that part, but I guess that happened. I don't know. It was like 2 years ago, so I don't remember at this point. Then by nightfall, the paint on one nail completely came off in one chunk. Then the tips were chipped by Sunday. 2 more nails have completely come off and now look like my nails have been through a blender. I have an event to go to out of state this weekend and now must fix this myself tonight. Totally livid. Spoke to someone who apologized and only offered me a $10 refund. I won't be coming here again. So not happy, so not cool. I'm guessing they offered the $10 refund because that was the upcharge for the gel. But anyway, it was like a whole shit show, and I remember she had called like so many times and like she just would not let this go. She refused to accept the partial refund. And what's interesting is like she said in the review that by that same night, one of them fell off. Like why wouldn't you call then like that same day or like the following morning or something? Like, why would you wait a few days? But anyway, whatever. Now, let's just wrap up this video by reading some negative reviews. I think it's fun to like just look back on our mistakes and our mess ups. And if you do get a negative review, you don't want to just laugh off people's constructive criticism. Like if you really truly did something wrong, you know, you want to make sure that you do your best to fix it. But you know, the stuff that's happened in the past, in the moment, it feels a little like, oh, but looking back on it now, I can just laugh and I mean, they were right, a lot of these, so. And like I said earlier, I don't know for sure which ones are actually about me specifically. Let's see. Girl that did my nails was not very skilled, but she was very nice. I had very difficult to remove polish on my toes, which she worked hard at removing, but never informed me it was going to cost me $10 extra. Gel nail polish was not used, so the paint started chipping the next day and is already completely off 2 of my nails. And it's only been 3 days since I had them painted. Never again, beware. The manicure and pedicure were done very sloppily. The polish was very watered down and there were very few up-to-date colors available. People were nice but need more experienced people, at least for nails. You're not wrong, girl. The techs were nice but unprepared. They didn't even have acetone. Mind you, I made the appointment for 2 mani-pedis. I had to tell the lady to shake the nail polish that all my nails were different colors. My nails lasted approximately 24 hours and then I took off the polish and redid them myself. They lasted 10 days. Nice atmosphere, but technician was inexperienced. Was not asked how I wanted my fingernails shaped, she just cut them straight across and the edges were rough. I got the gel manicure that was an at-home kit. It lasted a day before it started chipping and was applied so thick that the nail looked absurd. Cuticles weren't cleaned or anything, just nail polish taken off, nails shaped and gel applied. Wasn't too impressed, but the price was reasonable. Nail tech was not professional, nor did she do a good job. My nails lasted about 2 days. The nail tech seemed brand new and very simple pedicure. The nail polish fell off one toe and she did very little to my cuticles before the polish. The building was clean and she was friendly, but I don't think I would pay full price for her services. This was far from a manicure or pedicure and not worth the price paid for either. Only wanted basic for mani, I do not have nails, and clear polish. Chipped on most fingernails within 2 days. Pedicure was not relaxing and certainly not even close than what I experienced at a walk-in nail establishment. No comfort factor. One nail was smudged before I got to the mani chair. Must not have been fixed properly and that was the first to chip polish. Then many followed and bad in just 1 week. What a waste of time, travel, and money. Pedicure and manicure was horrible. Literally came off within 2 days as it was so thick. I loved the ladies and owner very sweet, but by the time I got home, my nail polish was chipped and all I did was drive home. Not cool. The staff was very nice, welcoming, and professional. However, overall I wasn't pleased with the quality of the services. My daughters and I were there for mani-pedis. I feel like all I really got was a polish application I could have done myself. Overall, I feel this might have been due to lack of experience. You were absolutely right, Joyce. Absolutely right. People are nice, but quality of products and manicures leaves something to be desired. My pedi was grand, but the surface of my nails after mani was slightly pitted. Okay, I think that's all of them because now I'm getting into a time frame from like after I already had left, but yeah, so that is my experience of the brief time that I was a nail tech, if you even want to call it that. Basically what that whole experience taught me is I feel like it's a good quality to be willing to learn new skills. Like, don't be afraid or don't refuse to do something just because you feel like, oh, I don't want to do that or I don't like that. Give it a try anyway, and no matter what service it is that you're doing, like you should always give it 110%. Always try your absolute best, but there are some skills and some services that just aren't for everybody, and that's okay. Just because you have a cosmetology license and you legally are certified to do certain things doesn't mean that you have to do them or that you have to be amazing at them. It's okay to acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses. And for me, nails is a huge weakness. It's not something that I'm good at. It's not something that I enjoy doing. It's just not for me, and that's okay. And it does suck that I was like put in a position where I was sort of being forced to do it, but that ended up pushing me and giving me the backbone to finally just quit. And I ended up finding another job where I'm at now. I've been there for almost 2 years and I love it. And I get to focus on all the services that I love doing. I really got to a point where I was like questioning if this field was even for me, because I was like, I'm getting so many complaints and so many people are having issues and I just feel like I suck at everything that I'm doing. But now that I'm exclusively doing hair and eyelash extensions, 2 things that I love and that I feel are my strengths, I don't have that feeling anymore. I'm proud of the work that I do. So if any of you guys are in a similar situation, you're working at a salon and your boss is forcing you to do services that you're not comfortable doing or you just don't want to be doing, you're not good at, speak up and let them know. And if they're gonna fire you over that, good riddance. There are so many other salons out there that are so much better, that are going to appreciate you for your strengths and are going to want to help you grow on your strengths and not force you to do things that you don't want to be doing. And also remember, anytime you get a negative review, if it is something that you can fix and you can change moving forward, of course do that, but don't take these things personally. Just try to like dust it off your shoulders and move on, learn from it, and just be better next time. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did and you'd like to see more story time videos, give the video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. And hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye.